Hello and welcome. I'm here with Prasad, the founder of Trucker Tools. Prasad, I've known you for a while. Great journey that you've been on with Trucker Tools. What's the latest?
First of all, Craig, I'm really excited to be here with you. As you said, we've known each other for many years. Every time we get on a call or chat, it's time's never sufficient for us to talk about things. So, first of all, thanks for having me here. It's an incredible journey with Trucker Tools, as you know. Um, what's happening new is we have a great announcement with partnership with the FreightWaves SONAR. Trucker Tools has just partnered with SONAR Track to provide those rates for small carriers. As you know, the small carriers are the backbone of our industry. They always lack the rate part of it. There's no guidance. If there is anything that's most of the time it's not accurate. SONAR Track has those live rates, and I'm very excited to see this partnership get started and go in good direction.
So, Prasad, we've got rates live inside of the Trucker Tools app that are coming from Sonar Track. These are daily assessed rates that come from freight brokers across the track system. Really, companies that are moving a large amount of freight, and really because it's daily assessment, it's the latest and greatest price in the market that is paid for spot. So really carriers know they're getting the actual price that is really in the market and not something that is lagged by weeks or months.
The last part that you just said there is probably the most important thing. You are a lifetimer in transportation. I've been here for more than a couple of decades. What we have seen so far is people have historical rates to use for today's rates, and we know that has never been a good protection. What Sonar Track has created is those live rates, today's rates for today, right? That helps the small carriers, especially when they're trying to pick a load. Oftentimes, they're not very well equipped with what's happening in the industry, what rates are going, how rates are changing, and they struggle. They all, I still remember when I was in my previous career with the public load board, carriers would call us and ask us, how much should I charge for this load? Small carriers. So having these rates in Trucker Tools app is extremely valuable to the carrier community. Um, Today we have over 2 million truckers on our platform, over 250,000 small carriers. So we're really putting this information in front of the right audience.
Now, Prasad, as you think about what it means for the carriers, are they having access to this data for free?
Yes, absolutely. That is, you touched on a very good point. Uh, the philosophy of Trucker Tools. I've said this to you many times, and we believe small carriers should get things for free because they are the ones carrying the load of our industry. And so we provide these rates at no cost to small carriers.
So carriers will have basically any carrier that has the Trucker Tools app will have access to the data, be able to see the latest and greatest rates that are updated every single day. Prasad, a lot is going on in this industry. There's been a lot of volatility. What are you hearing from the market in terms of carriers right now?
Definitely, there is a softness in the freight market, right? I mean, we've looked at it many ways. We have seen FreightWaves articles as well predicting where the market is going. Um, there is softness in the market, especially in times like this. For a small carrier, they can't just sit on a load and hope they can talk to 10 different brokers. So a digital platform like Trucker Tools helps them quickly compare 10 different loads or 100 different loads. Or actually, there's no limit on how many loads they can compare at a time, right? But finding that right load quickly. The last part of the negotiation is this paying me accurate market value or rate or not, right? So we've added the Sonar track rate to that load so that a carrier can actually quickly book that load without having to delay, right? Especially when the market is softer, um, getting these loads quickly make a huge difference to these small carriers. We we've noticed that there's over 200,000 small carriers that entered the market in the last couple of years. Many of these guys are first-time business owners. For them, the expenses are high. The fuel price is high. Truck payments are high. In these 2 years, the rates were high, so they were floating very well. They were making money. But when the market becomes softer like it is right now, it's extremely important for them to be prudent, be quick in finding that right load. And without these rates, it's going to be tough for them. The transparency is probably the most important thing.
So it's interesting when you have these load opportunities right now, as you mentioned, it's acting on those as soon as possible, because it isn't like it was a year ago where there was so much freight and so much freight availability that you could hold out because you didn't like the lane, or maybe you didn't like the place it was picking up, or whatever various reasons. You were just tired. You're going to hold out because there would be great load opportunities that would be available to you. In today's market, you have to act quickly, and having access to data and information can enable you to do it without delay.
You said it very well. That's the differentiator, right? For small carriers, it's not just making money on a load. It is staying in business versus going out of business, especially in a softer market. If they can't react to a particular opportunity, loads are all opportunities for small carriers, right? If they can't quickly react to an opportunity, capture that, go into another market where they can pick up another load quickly. If they don't do that swiftly, they could go out of business. And I want to circle back onto one of the topics that's running in our space, right? Everybody's talking about whether the market is soft or not, and we can talk about this till cows come home. But I think the purpose, whether with FreightWaves or anyone else talking about this, is to caution our carrier community to be prudent. In times like this, if you're prudent, if you use all the tools that are available today for free, like Trucker Tools, we provide everything for free, right? You are on the level footing as the big boys, and you can survive very well, grow your business, and that makes a huge difference to our industry as a whole.
So having the best rate and really playing the level field is really important. And you mentioned having access to data, and really think about the Trucker Tools system. Tell us a little bit, Prasad, about how actually do your loads come about from shippers? Are they coming through brokers? Are brokers connected to you? Is that a little bit how it works?
So Trucker Tools has always been a carrier relationship management platform. It's a platform that's centered around our mobile app that connects brokers on one hand, 3PLs, with carriers, small carriers, the long tail of carriers. So it really has two major services, if you want to split it to, right? One is freight visibility, digital freight matching. And when we talk about digital freight matching, all the loads come from our brokers that are connected with our platform in real time, meaning if when a load's covered, it's no more on our platform, right? And most of these loads have rates on them. They have Book It Now, which, as you know, we're one of the very first, if anything, to complete that circle, right? So carriers can book a load without ever having to talk to a broker with one click. Or they can negotiate rate through the platform, whether through the app or carrier portal. So they can quickly get those loads. But the beauty of the system is it's not just booking one load at a time, going 2 or 3 steps ahead. Again, I'll relay back, step into Sonar to some degree here is Sonar has created this market intelligence, which markets are tighter and which markets are, softer, right? So similarly, Trucker Tools has some of that data. We also use Sonar data to combine to say, hey, if you're going into Atlanta 2 days from now, it's going to be softer. So you need to book another load from there quickly to get out of that market, right? So having these little tools help these carriers.
Yeah, just having access to tools, access to rates, access through the Trucker Tools system can really make small carriers operate like large carriers with the freedom of not having to deal with all of the nuances it takes to really be a big carrier.
You said it right. And, when you talk to truckers, they really like that freedom, right? I mean, I'm my own boss. I got two trucks. A buddy of mine drives the other truck. I drive my truck. Um, and they need this technology to level field with bigger carriers. So, um, you know, in our industry, I always believe in if when an owner operators enter our market with one truck, a year later that owner operator has 10 trucks. 4 years later they have 50 trucks. That's a good sign for us because that we are expanding the capacity that's available for our customers who are basically the shippers at the end of the day. The more capacity we have, the better rates we're going to give them. Also, these owner operators typically end up, spreading out to take loads that big carriers don't want to take. Um, and that's the best part of this industry, right? Everybody is there to do a little bit to move this industry forward.
So Prasad, this sounds like a win-win. Being a member of a fleet, having access to trucker tools, and having access to rate data sounds like a really great way to sort of run your business.
It is, right? So we're getting, this is what the whole digital platforms are doing, right? They're basically providing technology to small carriers, small organizations, small companies, but connect them with the rest of the ecosystem, whether it's the brokers, 3PLs, shippers out there, right? Do everything. Today, there are a lot of things that are free. Through the app, they can scan the documents, send them across. They don't need anyone to be in the office. If there are lumper receipts, they can scan them right there. We even had situations where drivers have taken pictures of waste scale when the load is overweight, sent it to the shipper. So things like that are so convenient. That what that makes is, I know there are a lot of reports on truck utility, right? How much of truck capacity we are utilizing. Some say, hey, 30% is not being utilized, right? When we look at these small technology, like technical tools out there, right? They eliminate those inefficiencies in our space, right? That makes the biggest thing. So, combining, all this into one platform is the key for carriers so that they don't have to jump around to different things. And I'm really excited about the one that we announced today, the partnership, because when we combine all of the things that Trucker Tools has provides these carriers with Sonar track rates that are live coming from brokers, that truly helps connect and move the loads faster, right? And one of the biggest inefficiencies in our space is the way freight matching is done currently. Right? Most of the times, carriers would have to go to the load boards, search, call these brokers, or pay the load boards for rates that are probably not accurate, and the brokers beating them saying that that's last month's rate or last week's rate. All that takes time. Now, when we remove all of that noise away, carriers become more efficient, brokers become more efficient. It actually helps brokers and shippers too.
Well, Prasad, getting access to data, having access to more freight opportunities is a win-win solution. Thanks for participating in this event, and we look forward to seeing where this can end up and go.
Same here. We are really excited. This is just the beginning of the transparency we want to bring in our industry, help the carrier community. At the end of the day, when those things happen, everybody in our industry wins. So I'm really excited about this. And thanks for the opportunity, Craig.
Thanks, Prasad. Appreciate it. And hope you enjoy the rest of the summit. We've got a lot of exciting conversations coming up. Do not leave us. We are excited to have you.
Thank you.